Hey guys, welcome back to the Blue Collar Future Podcast. I'm your host, Jaden Robison, and we've got our host, Jessie Demler, with us again today. It's
What's
almost
up?
like it's every single time, you know? Almost don't even need to do something different there. Say something different. It's like it's just expected now. It's me and Jessie at this point. Haven't been doing other episodes with guests or anything, and been too busy.
Feel that.
Been way too busy. How's your guys' project going? Out of
It's
town.
all right. Yeah, it's all right. I feel like the first wall is always slower than it needs to be, just
Mm-hmm.
figuring things out. So, it's taken a minute to get the first one up, but we just topped it out. I was just telling you, the wind has been howling up there. So I was watching a 32-foot wall, like it's 32 tall, like 160 long, and like the wind would gust and it would move like 6 inches either way, like this. It's full of concrete rebar. Like I was in the man basket holding a plate on the wall like this because
Yeah.
they accidentally vibrated it off the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and just was holding it while he was filling it back in, and like I had my arm like this, just holding it out of the
Mm-hmm.
basket, kind of not paying attention, waiting for him to put grout back in it, and then my arm went like this, like way out away from me, and I looked at the forklift and was like, well, that didn't move, and then the wall came back to me, and I was like, I hate this. We're all go. Let's all just go home. I'm gonna cry if we keep watching this thing because I think it's gonna fall over and kill somebody.
Let's go home, and if we come back in the morning and it's friggin' knocked over, well,
At least nobody's up there.
that's crazy. Well, that's another problem. Like, you guys are working out of town in a place that's not like you don't really know that well. Like, aren't there all the time. And I feel like it does get pretty windy up that way.
Hmm.
I mean, it
Dude,
gets windy here, but
all the locals are like, it's normally not this bad. I was like, literally every single time I've worked up here, it has been this bad. Like, you can't tell me. Like, I get it. Idaho sucks. Utah blows. Whatever you want to tell me, dude. I don't. But the wind blows up here near Idaho Falls.
that's how people here usually feel about going to Evanston. Like, it's always a freaking mess up there. I would
Uh-huh.
not want to live there. I've thought about
No.
Idaho, wanting to live up in Idaho Falls area because I really like it, but it gets
Yeah.
cold up there. It gets really cold, and I've known some people that have lived up there that have had like multiple times their pipes burst in their house from getting too cold and
Hmm.
stuff, and we just don't have that problem here. So I think we're in a pretty
Yeah.
good area.
Yeah. It'd be cool to have like a summertime spot, on the Snake or something. But that's yeah.
We spend a lot of time in Rexburg because of the sand dunes that are up there. I guess I should say St.
Oh yeah.
Anthony, but
St. Anthony.
yeah, we go up there a lot, or did. I haven't actually ridden my bike in like 3 years or something. I haven't taken it in 3 years, so it must be like I'm not cool anymore or something. I don't know. But yeah, we used to go up there a lot, and I really like it up there. It's cool. Yeah. Anyways, well, we've got some questions. RFI
Hmm.
episode today. Some questions that I like that I kind of think are much different than what we talk about.
Hmm.
Our kind of first one, I'll have you go with it, was the about our roles that we're in, or that we
Here,
have.
yeah. Let me read it. It says you're a fourth generation Mason, a foreman, a content creator, and an LLC owner. That's a lot of identities running at once. Which one feels most like you right now? And which one feels most like a role that you're performing? Which is a pretty heavy question, I guess.
Yeah, that one I really like that because like a lot of people are wearing a lot of hats, and you could even add in like family hobbies that you're doing. Like, if you're really involved in, I mean, we'll even say dirt biking. Like, if you go dirt
Hmm.
biking a lot, like, you have wearing a lot of hats in a lot of different places, and what one feels the most like you, which is, yeah, that's a deep question.
Yeah, it's kind of like what you said, what we talked about last week of the guy overseas when he's like, oh, what do you do? And he's like, I play tennis. And he's like, oh, are you like professionally? He goes, no, I play tennis with my friends every day at 6. Like I'm a tennis player. He's like instead of telling him what his job is, or like things like that. So like that's his identity, like, because like we talked about in America, our identities work and, so on and so forth.
Hmm.
Trying to be better about that. So that question came, loaded from that aspect. And like, I don't know. I personally, like, I'm someone who a lot of my identity has been wrapped up in work and what I can accomplish with work and all
Yeah,
that sort of stuff. And then you run into it with the concept of like, I saw a video about a guy that said he feels like a fraud as a foreman because his physical skills have diminished, and now the apprentices are better than him
Mm-hmm.
at whatever he's doing. And I was like, because you go from what we've talked about before of like, I want to be the best, to now you're trying to more or less train the best.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, where does your identity fall within a lot of this stuff? And so, for me, because you got the four different things,
Uh-huh.
I feel like right now the thing that I most identify with is being a foreman, just because like that's what I'm dealing with every day, and like that's like
Mm-hmm.
the thick of it, right? That's what I'm, what's the word? Not mitigating, like facilitating a lot of things
Mm-hmm.
at work between guys at work, guys at learning, the general contractor, the plan, like all that sort of stuff. My old man from office to field, that sort of stuff. Kind of hoping it transitions into probably need to have some conversations with the old man about getting some more ownership or like some different things going on because of how much is stacking up on my plate.
Uh-huh.
So like I'd say I'd probably identify mostly with that one, but then I also it's like I'm doing more than that, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like something feels off there too. So it's like I don't like I feel like there's a lot more responsibility that I'm taking on than just being a foreman or a project manager or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that one. Like I wouldn't say being the fourth generation Mason that I identify with a lot right now because like I getting to lay is few and far between. Like lay 3, 4, 5 block and get a phone call from about something or like have to go put out a fire, whatever it is, that sort of stuff. And then I mean like the LLC, that's just a bonus thing floating over here to help me with taxes, if we're being honest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I was like, I don't know if the Mason would be the one that I feel like is a performance or the content creator thing. Cause like we were talking about, I know what I need to do, right? Like, me
Mm-hmm.
and we talked about it's like I've done the homework, I just don't turn it in, like at school. It's
Mm-hmm.
so it's like I have the video creation, I have the ideas, I have all the stuff, and then I get there and I just don't do it. Or like I film it all and I don't edit it. Or like even so much as to get like edited and then just like never post it because whatever's going on. And it's so like I don't know if like maybe that one feels like the performance or like I feel like I'm performing being a 410 Mason because I don't really go flex those skills all that much anymore or do those reps
Mm-hmm.
anymore. But it's like I don't know, like I make a lot of ad content, I feel like, which is
Mm-hmm.
good because that means like that I'm making money, but I feel like I need to do better about making my native content. And like that way, not everything is consumed by like my ad or UGC content or brand deal
Mm-hmm.
content. It's like I feel like this pot needs to be way bigger than this pot, but right now they're like even. And so that feels a little performative.
Mm-hmm.
I keep joking that I'm just cosplaying as a construction worker at this point, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all pretty interesting right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned like about your like identifying with being a construction worker and a foreman and stuff because it's like both of us have kind of had an identity wrapped up in what we do for a long time, and it's even worse and if you start creating content based on that because not only are you
Hmm.
like your whole identity has been that, then if you're making content about it, then it's like you almost can't stop doing the thing that you're doing because your content's based on that too. Like it's what we've always joked
Yeah.
about. Like you're making blue collar content. A lot of people start that thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to like quit my job and have all of this stuff," but you're making content off of work stuff. So
Hmm.
it's pretty funny. I mean, I'm kind of in a similar role as well, like doing I mean, the dad husband role, and then we're like work, social media stuff, podcaster, like I have all of these different hats I wear. And what feels most like me right now, which is going to be interesting, is like I've been reading a lot of books lately, and
Hmm.
that feels the most like me because I've always loved reading, and I just
Hmm.
haven't. I haven't. It's almost like the last 10 years of my life I've been just punishing myself and like making myself do things. Like I always got to be doing stuff, whether it's
Hmm.
working, doing side jobs, going to school, going to like doing classes. starting new ventures, like doing the podcast or doing social media stuff. Like I've always got to be like trying to perform and create and also try to make more money or get up
Mm.
there, and leaving less and less time for myself to enjoy. Like obviously I just said I haven't ridden my dirt bike in 3 years. I mean, that's crazy. I've got a bike I've put a few $1,000s into that's just sitting in my garage and is just collecting dust.
Hmm.
And it extends to the books, right? Like I've been reading a ton of books lately, and I love reading books. And a lot of people just like in the freaking alpha bro sphere think it's like a waste of time. And oh, if
Hmm.
you're not reading self-help books, you're not doing anything. It's a waste of time, you know? Like reading fantasy books for me is something that I really enjoy. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I would almost be convinced, can be able to convince myself to give the answer to what I do as I like to read,
Yeah.
because it's just something I enjoy doing and something that I can like identify with. So
Hmm.
that feels the most like me. And honestly, all the rest of the stuff almost just feels like a role I'm
Yeah.
filling right now. That hasn't been always the case. Because up until I mean, even at work right now, it feels a lot like me because it feels really natural,
Hmm.
and it's like it's just what I do.
Hmm.
But a lot of the other stuff just feels like a role I'm filling, and I feel that way about social media. And it's like the same thing with, you know, like what you were just saying, where I make content and then like don't post it, and I've got some ads going and I've got some brand deals that I'm doing stuff for, but I don't do like my own original content, and my page isn't really growing like at all because I don't post anything ever. It's like
Hmm.
I get done with all of my stuff, and it's like there's not enough time in the day to do everything. So yeah, it's a really weird thing at the moment for me, at least.
Yeah. Right there with you on that. Like, I don't know. It's like, and I think that's the thing with being a foreman. I like to lead and teach and be able to like, I really like being able to get people to like where they get it, if that makes sense. Like to see that, like, kind of like the light bulb go off, like when it's like
Mm-hmm.
you've been trying to teach someone something and like how to do it, and then they finally it clicks. I really like that. Because like I know what it means for them, and I know what it means for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's really fulfilling to see that in people. Like I dig that, but like yeah, I don't know. There's like you said, there's just not enough time in the world at the moment. I'm like, I don't know. I really like hanging out with my dog. Like, that's pretty cool. Like
Yeah,
he's pretty chill.
I like to identify with porch sitting.
Yeah, yeah,
I just hang out on the porch and look at the mountain.
yeah. Like bird watching. Maybe we're
Yeah,
getting to that age, dude. Maybe we
yeah.
should get some binoculars and go bird watching.
Dude, I've thought about getting binoculars because I bet I could glass the mountain and see all sorts of animals up there.
Oh, for sure.
It'd be freaking awesome. Yeah, I feel like more and more nowadays I'm trying to get to where I'm doing less. The
Hmm.
more and more I go down this path, the it's like I try to do less and less and less because I just get tired of always being doing stuff. Always got something to do. And then it makes me not able to spend as much time with my family because I'm all like wrapped up in all this other shit that's taking up my brain power. So,
I feel that too. I've been like trying to carve out more time for the things that I do enjoy. Like
mm,
that's one thing that's been nice about Idaho is it's like we get off work and I don't have anything else to do.
yeah, you guys
So
been
it's like,
fishing a ton, which has
yeah,
made me
and
jealous.
the South Fork is right there. And I was like, well, I'm not going to sit in a hotel room
Yeah.
and I'm not going to go, like we've been watching the Stanley Cup or the NBA playoffs and stuff like that. But it's like, that's pretty well over. I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm not going to go spend all my money on food or like sitting at like a sports bar or something just for the sake of it. I'm like,
Hmm.
let's go fish. We
Hmm.
bring the camp chef and hang out and
Yeah, that's
stay
cool.
out too late and come back home. And yeah.
Do you also do this thing where you bring your like you'll go out somewhere and bring your fishing rod, but then like not end up fishing like you plan to do
Oh,
it
yeah.
and not end up fishing? Because I feel like
Bro, it's in my truck. Like regardless of whether I'm in Idaho or not, it's in my truck. And like, yeah, 100%. Or my
we've
golf clubs, they'll be
oh
in the
yeah.
bed, and I don't go golf. They're just in the bed.
I just, dude, there's been so many times where we've been working somewhere that's like right next to somewhere. I'm like, oh, I want to go fish. I want to go fish that. Like, I'm going to
Hmm.
do that after work. And like, I either completely space it or I get to that point and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. Like, we'll go on
Yeah.
a trip, we'll go out of town or something. I'm like, I think I'm going to bring my fishing stuff and we're going to go fishing. Nothing. Don't
Hmm.
end up fishing. The one time we did go work out of town last in St. George when we had that crappy water tower, we brought our fishing gear down there. We were going to go fishing after we got done.
Hmm.
And dude, we got back to the hotel room because we drove all the way down there like a Thursday evening, started
Hmm.
working Thursday night at like 10, and we're literally working until like all the way through until Friday morning at like
Damn.
10, well, probably like 11 or 12 was when we left that job. And so we went and got lunch and we're like, went back to the hotel room and I literally laid down and I didn't wake up until Saturday morning at like 4 o'clock.
Damn.
And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was gonna go fishing tonight. Like, what the heck? Like, I think we finally laid down to go to bed at 3 or 4 because we got done working, went
Hmm.
to get lunch, kind of wandered around town and stuff, and then yeah, went back to the hotel and we're like literally gonna get ready to go fishing, and I laid down and didn't even wake up until 4 o'clock the next day. So
Hmm.
because we all got our butts kicked basically,
Yeah.
but
I feel like that's like the like that or like you can relate it to going to the gym.
mm,
It's like if I had to learn when I was working out is like if I go home and sit down, I'm
ah,
not
dude,
going.
no,
Like I gotta pack the bag in my truck. Like
yeah,
there's otherwise it's not gonna happen.
yeah. That's one thing I used to do to get me to work out is I would wake up early and like get out of the house and go to the gym and work out either before work or sometimes I would stop by after, and
Mm-hmm.
it's easier to get yourself to do it. And like instead of where I'm at my house, like it's for some reason so hard to go out into the garage to work out. Like it's
Yeah.
like worse than driving to the gym. But yeah, I think if I lay down on the couch at the end of the day, I'm freaking gone. Like I'm
Hmm.
asleep.
Yeah. I've been cleaning the place because like just I've been out of town and seen as busy as well, and it's like come home and it's just kind of been cluttered, because we both get home, we're tired, and I'm like, I sit down, I'm like, nope, you got to get up. I'm like, I got to clean one room of the house and then I can sit back down, and then it's like, okay. And then I get up, I'm like, you got to get up, you got to go clean another, like the little like I try to break it up because I'm like, I know if I sit here, I'm gonna like mindlessly scroll or watch something, and then I'm never gonna accomplish the thing. It's just gonna be next week, and then I'm gonna come home and be like, gosh, this place is dirty. I hate this.
That would be a topic to talk about, how to get yourself to do things, because it's always easier to just be like, I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this one little thing, and then I'm gonna be done. And then usually you
Mm.
start doing it, and you're like, oh, I can go do this, and then I can go do that. But if you just like sit down and are looking at everything you have to do, and you're like, there's way too much to do. I'm just gonna watch TV, and then you end up scrolling on your
Yeah,
phone.
yeah,
That happens to me all the time. But
yep, yeah. It's like I don't know. It's like the concept in my brain is always like, if you look at it like if they delivered every brick or every block that we
yeah,
need for a job site, and you're looking at it like that's a ridiculous amount of block. Like, where do you even start? It's like, well, you start with one of them. You start with one.
yeah,
And then you have to go, and like that's you try to keep that same concept in like everything. It's like, well, if I start one task, then it's like you said, you do another one, and then you do another one, or like you go to the gym and it's like, I don't want to go to the gym, and then it's like you get in, you do your stretches, and you're like, okay, I feel kind of good, and then you
yeah,
start doing a couple workouts and you're like, oh, this is sick, okay, cool, and then you leave the gym, you're like, wow, I'm really glad I did that.
yeah,
But like before that, like that's the last thing I want to do. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we could go on about that for a long time. But we
yeah,
got way off topic there. Oh well. You know what? This would be my answer to this next question. But the next one that we had was like, what does like winning look like right now to you? Right?
yeah, yeah,
That would be it. Not the like being able to do what I set out to do, but also like enjoying my time, doing things I enjoy instead of just being all wrapped up in performance. I think.
yeah, yeah. Because that was the question was like, what does winning look like the real thing, not
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
content, not your job, but like what is, if in the next 5 years, what would winning look like in reality?
Yeah.
And yeah, I would agree. It's like more doing the things you enjoy and being where your feet are,
Uh,
like being in that moment. Like if I'm out fishing, I'm not thinking about work. If I'm with my wife and stuff, I'm not thinking about something else. Like I'm just where I am.
Yeah.
And then there's like some material things, like the next 5 years, like we're in the townhome. Like I need a house to build a house or buy the right one, that sort of stuff. Because like we were talking about earlier, I'm comfortable. Like all my stuff's on auto pay. Like I don't really think about any of that stuff because like our mortgage is really small with where we got in at the interest rate and things like that. Or like there's just a gap between needs and wants at this point, and so like in the next 5 years, it'd be better to close that gap. You know, have a bigger ownership role in our company and be growing that sort of stuff, and just being basically like taking this comfort level and moving it up a step to the
Mm-hmm.
next thing, but being comfortable in that level, not being stressed about it. That would be the next 5 years and moving forward in my career that way of like having an ownership role, and then also being able to look the other way, like at the people that are coming up the ladder behind me, and like have like all my young apprentices be really good at their craft and being able to lead in their roles themselves and getting them to that point and getting them to the point where like they can take care of all their shit, and like if they're skilled enough to go do side jobs or to, like I said, be a leader in their role and teach the next guy and make enough money at work that like they're comfortable and all that sort of stuff. Like that's the trajectory. Because like me being comfortable is dope, but like there's 12 other guys that rely on me, so it's like I want them to have that peace just as much as I have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I resonate with that. I mean, I think just focusing more on things I enjoy, but also just reminding myself that I am winning right now. Because, like, the
Hmm.
whole problem with most people is they're like, I'll be happy or I'm winning when I get to, like, this step down the road, like when I get the new house or when I get the new truck or when I get
Hmm.
the new raise or whatever. But realizing that you have everything that you need right now, really, and enjoying the time that that we have and not wasting it on just like thinking about what we could have. I think that's something I need to remind myself a lot about.
Hmm.
And then like not thinking about things I need to do all the time. One thing that would be winning for me is having my schedule or having myself on a schedule better. And
Yeah.
I'm on a pretty decent schedule right now, but like keeping things almost time blocked so that I'm actually getting stuff done. Let's say like I'm doing my workouts at the same time every day. I'm getting my social media content stuff done at a certain time, and then I don't have to think about it the rest of the time. Because what happens right now is I sit down to do things, I don't get them done well enough, and it seems like at all times I'm just thinking about all of the things that I need to do, and then I just never end up doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like this insurmountable task that's like, yeah,
And
I get
then
that.
it makes me not want to start either. So like I
Yeah.
like this morning I was working on two videos. I should have just finished one, but I was working on one and then I was like, I'm gonna work on this other one for a minute. And then I kind of stopped. And I've been thinking about both of them for like 2 weeks now. Like
Yeah.
straight up been thinking about it for 2 weeks because I've had the time to sit down and look at them, but not really either.
Hmm.
Because we've just been super busy. And if I manage my time a little better to where I'm not just completely thoughts consumed in those all the time, then I think it would be a lot better for me. So that would be winning for
Yeah.
me.
I think I think it'd be nice to like have my work schedule and then like have a dedicated content day or, that sort of stuff to handle that. So it's like much more streamlined
Mm-hmm.
to be, back in the gym doing that thing. Like seriously, that better for me and better for my health and things like that. But yeah, it's just to like, I guess to maximize the systems and do like the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. Cause that's like, it's not like I don't know how to get to where I want to be. It's just doing the damn thing that I need to be doing.
Okay, this is going to lead me to my next question, so we're going to move on to it.
Okay.
The one I said I wasn't going to ask, I wasn't going to tell you. So
Yeah, okay.
how do you balance wanting more and knowing what you need to do, but then not doing it? How do you deal with that? Because that becomes an issue. And that's what we've been talking about the last, both of us have been kind of alluding to. But
Hmm.
like for me, it's hard because I know what I kind of want, and I know what I need to do. And that's the main
Mm.
problem is I know what I need to do and what I should do, or maybe not should do, but I know what I need to do. But then I just don't end up doing it. But you've
Yeah.
obviously overcome it a little bit because you've had plenty of successes to this point, and I think it's just something that you like continue dealing with. But you've been
Mm.
able to grow your social media channels and all that stuff just fine, and so you've obviously had to deal with this a little bit.
Yeah. To be fair, I think like me and my brother-in-law had this conversation this morning, because he also does a little bit of social media. He's growing and doing some things. And it's like, like the way I look at myself, I'm like, oh, I wish I was over there. Like, I'm sure, like you just said, people probably look at me and they're like, no, Jesse's doing it. He's doing the thing. But to me, I'm like, I'm not doing the thing. Like, that's in my brain because I'm like, I know what's on the other, like, I know what's on the other side of a little more effort, if you will.
Yeah. And you know
I
what
don't
you
know.
need to do to get there too.
Yeah. And that's what we were talking about. And I was like, I need to do maybe like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, just make it a dedicated content day since we're working 410s. And not even the day, but like the morning, or whatever. It's like I could handle it. And one thing Connor said was he has a journal. And so he's like, I have my three biggest goals that I'm working on right now. And every day, at the end of the day, I write like, and he's like, I'm just really honest with myself. He goes, did I work toward any of these today? And if not, I write down no, and I write down why. And he goes, and sometimes it's just, I didn't do it. Like I didn't make the choice to work toward my goals today. Then he like writes down like, what can I do better tomorrow? Right. He's like,
Hmm.
so it's just the idea of making a conscious thing about it. Like if it's writing it down or, whatever it is for you, I really like that. Like, honestly, I'm probably going to go grab a journal and like do that myself. Like he just said, the first page is his top three goals. And it's like, cool, this, and this. And then he fills out every day of like, what am I doing today to get to those goals and that sort of stuff. Cause then it's like a conscious, like, it's not, you're not just going through the motions and like, oh, I went to work today. And then, we went and did this, went and did this. And I get to the end of the day and I'm like, well, what the hell did I do today?
Hmm.
It's instead, it's like, if you get to the end of the day and you have to think about it, you're like, okay, now I'm waking up tomorrow and I don't want to do that again because that felt really stupid before I went to bed. So it's like, what can I do better? And, so on and so forth. And it's just making it a conscious effort and that sort of stuff. Because like I was telling you earlier, I'm like, I feel like I'm really good at taking care of the creative and all that sort of stuff for my brand deals, but I don't do my native content so well anymore. And they're kind of like, they're even sized things right now, and this one should be much bigger than this, so that this is just like a little,
Yeah, so you're not
like
just a
the
walking ad, pretty much. Like
yeah,
all your
exactly. It's
stuff being
not
ads.
yeah, it's not me and Shaquille O'Neal doing every side quest possible, or or Snoop Dogg, if you will. Like I'm not like, but yeah, it's just making that a conscious effort and like doing that sort of stuff is what I think I need to do a little bit better. Being honest with myself and being accountable, taking extreme accountability for if I'm going to reverse engineer my goals to actually work toward them.
Hmm.
If there's things that I want, do I really want them if I'm not working toward them? And so, like, if I really want them, I need to be working toward them. And what am I doing? Even if it's just 1% better every day. Just like I said earlier, it's like you could look at the 300,000 block we got to lay for the job and be overwhelmed, or you could just start laying one of them
Yeah.
and then start laying the next, or one foot in front of the other sort of mentality. And like that's what I need to do to overcome that gap
Hmm.
personally.
I think
Yeah.
I think this is a good place to interject that I like haven't been doing my journaling for a while. It seems like I was doing almost just once a month for like a while, and I don't even, I mean, I could look at my journal right now, but I bet I haven't written in my journal for a month or more.
Hmm.
When I was writing in my journal, it was keeping me on track like really well for everything. And I was keeping on top of content stuff. And I feel like I'm honestly still writing on successes from at that point because that's around the time I was really heavy on writing in my journal and stuff. I was like, I had got my new computer, I was like doing all my content stuff, kind of keeping me in line. And deals that I've gotten and ads that I have going and stuff are performing really well. And it's almost like riding on the consistency I had from a few months ago. And
Right.
and I can almost feel it right now like dying down because like as you're putting in your work, you never see the success or maybe the benefit of it until
Like the residuals.
at least down the road a little bit. Yeah. And
Mm.
it's really weird for me to look back and notice that because like I journaled for a long time and I just kind of it just kind of died off as we got busier at work and I just kind of got less disciplined, we'll say. I lost my discipline. Didn't even think of that until just barely, but I have noticed a decline, I think,
Yeah.
in my performance. So that's probably a good thing to think about, writing in journal. And I think when I start journaling again, I'm going to do that because I like that idea. Did I
Yeah.
work on them or not?
Yeah. And I kind of like that, like Andy Frisella's power list of like you pick your three things for the day of like, because you have your you have your big goals, and it's like then you have your power list of 3 to 5 things per
Uh-huh.
day, and it's like I accomplished these or I didn't, and like why didn't you do it, or just doing that until it becomes, and then you can add more until it becomes habits, and that sort of stuff like that. Whole thing's been kind of, I don't know, ever since Connor said that this morning, it's been on my brain of like that's probably the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like that's the easiest way to make something intentional is if we write it down, because it's like you physically have to write it down
Yeah.
rather than like I can't grab my phone and be like, hey, this is what I did today. Or like type, even typing doesn't feel the same. Like even when I was in school, I'm like, I could type all my notes
Uh-huh.
in college. I could type whatever it was, but it's like I didn't feel like I learned it unless I took even what I typed and grabbed my notepad and wrote down those notes. Like that's the
Yeah.
only way I feel like it stuck.
Well, it's even like the on my computer right now, Macs have a little sticky note app that
Mm-hmm.
you can put on your home screen. You could, or on any screen, you can put sticky notes on there. So I've been doing that to keep track of stuff. Dude, I don't even freaking look at them. Like I type those things in and I'm like, oh yeah, cool. This will keep me on track. It's like in my brain, outside goes right back out the other side, like
Yeah.
gone. Um, that's one thing about physically writing stuff down that's always been better for me is like you said, it does help you, helps you retain it better. So
Yeah. That's like looking at plans or doing plate layout and all that sort of stuff. If I don't write it down, it's gone. Like it's like I could look at my rebar schedules, I can look at my plate schedules, I can look at all that
mhm.
sort of stuff, and I can sit there for an hour and read it. Be
Yeah.
like, cool, I get that. I'll walk out of the office and be like, I have no idea what an MJ40 what it calls for.
What did I just look at?
Yeah, but if I write it down in my little notepad, I'm like, oh yeah, an MJ40, that's 40 inches worth of solid grout with 6 bar, blah blah blah. Whatever it is, or like every plate requires this or like that. But it's because I have to physically do it myself.
Mhm.
And so, like, knowing that, it makes much more sense to, if I have my goals or we have our goals, to write them down and then write down what we're doing to get toward them every day. Because then it's like
Yeah.
you see it, you're a part of it, you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I like that. Well, we got like one more question. And this is
Mm.
one I kind of got on TikTok, and I'm going to simplify it because it was kind of specific. The gist of it is basically, what if you had a whole year to learn, but you couldn't work, and you couldn't work? Like, this person is basically in a non-compete. So, like, what would you do to learn the specific skills if not only you had a whole year, but you couldn't even work in your field, which is interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea. Like, my first thoughts are focus on building multiple skills, like higher level skills, like do lots of leadership training things and like
Hmm.
work on that and do whatever you can. Go to freaking seminars, go to courses, like in-person courses, take courses online, but like also try to put those things into practice and network with people, because those two things are going to help you like advance your career the fastest, not necessarily the technical knowledge. And like we have some other things like project management courses. You could go look for some project managing courses. We know a guy, the construction mentor, has got
Hmm.
quite a few courses on all of those things, and I'm pretty sure he's got some on like reading plans, which is what this guy
Hmm.
was wondering. He wanted like you know learn how to read plans or better, and then like layout and all that stuff. BuildWit's another resource, but like I
Hmm.
would go Google, look around and vet them yourself, because like not everybody's gonna have your specific things that you need for your career. I'd start looking real specific for resources in your career. Look through the union stuff. They probably got a lot of resources. community colleges might have some classes that you can just go take. And then there's a website called Course Careers that is basically like that's where construction mentors stuff's at. You can
Hmm.
go find like all sorts of stuff on there. That's like my thoughts. I mean, what are your thoughts? Like if you had a whole freaking year to learn something super specific, it's kind of a weird situation, but it's kind of interesting to think about.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a year, I'd be inclined to like, I guess what we were talking about with our goals is like, cool, this is where I want to be, this is what I want. So like what, I'd write out like what hard skills I want to know, what soft skills I want to know, the networking thing, like what events I could go to increase my network, what local things I have that I can go to. So like whether it's the technical college or a trade school or online courses or mentorships, like those sort of things, like whatever way you learn best, or like what's most important to you. Like, I guess, yeah, if it was me and they're like, hey, you just signed a non-compete, you can't do this for a year, like I would want to go explore those, like the leadership stuff. I'd make sure all my basic stuff was done, like my OSHA 30 and my project management stuff and things like that. I'd probably like spend a year trying to learn Spanish way better myself. Because I had the time. Like I
Mm-hmm.
would learn, and then I would go learn like my technical skills. Because you go to a trade school, like there's not a lot for masonry around us, but it's like if you had a year, why not go? Like ship out to one of the East Coast, or like Wyoming Tech is like the biggest trade school in the nation, and it's within 6 hours of us.
Mm-hmm.
You could go there and just like hone your skills, or if you think that you're past that, you could go and like if you sign a non-compete there, you could at least go teach, or like go do that because that keeps you sharp. And then
Mm-hmm.
while you're learning your soft skills of like whether it's leadership, management, learning to speak Spanish, those sort of things. And then you could also like there's tons of classes that you could learn. How to read blueprints, all that sort of stuff, the project management side of things, and like that, and get like those technical skills in as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like maybe, you just break it up into like, I got 12 months. Like, why don't I, this, and this? I'm like, I feel like I can do this quarter one. I can do this quarter two. I can do this quarter three. And then, like you said, go figure out how to like grow your network. Cause, when that year ends, if you haven't met anybody that can like, hey, dude, come jump in over here because you did
Mm-hmm.
this, and this, then like, what was the point?
Yeah.
But
That might be the biggest part too, like growing your network and talking to people because you'll
mm,
probably get leads and connections that will lead you into a new position and also maybe even help train you in that. So this person was kind of particular on concrete slash like tilt up panel type stuff. I would
mhm,
start talking to like a bunch of local companies and almost, I mean, like you sign I've known some people to sign non-competes. Like my uncle's actually just out of a non-compete. And he was kind of struggling too because it's like he knows his field, but he just sold his company and they made him do a non-compete to that he can't like start a new business. He can't talk to his previous clients at all. like there's a whole
yeah,
bunch of stuff, even if he was friends with them, like there's a whole bunch of like limitations. So you gotta kinda stay within your bounds of your non-compete. But I
yeah,
like going to talk to like network with new people and like not doing business transactions or like a job, but making connections and then maybe even the people that places that you want to work will give you direction on where to go. And that's probably what I would do. Like, hey, what would you like to see from me if I was to come and work in this position? And then they'll be like, well, I'd really like to see you go to this trade school or have this knowledge and
yeah,
you can go here to get it or something like that. That'd be pretty good for me. And the your network can really solve a lot of problems. Like a lot of people get pretty upset that there'll be people that get hired on and make more money than them just because they know somebody in a company.
mhm,
But like a lot of times it is just who you know, and who you know can help a ton. And so if you have like connections that can help you out that way, that would be really good. So
I like what you said. Like, if you had your network and you had people that you like looked up to or wanted to work with, like if you had a year and you could like you knew those people and you're like, hey, I can't right now because of the non compete I signed, but
mm-hmm.
if I were to come to you in a year, what would you want
Mm-hmm.
skills wise, or like what
Mm-hmm.
would you want me to have on my resume to get to that point, and it's like they could line it up and be like, oh, we need someone in this business that's proficient here, here, and here, and you could just spend the next year getting like become the best at that you could be.
Well, it's funny too because like a lot of people when they're doing their job application stuff, they're just like shooting out applications to all these random jobs. But this is a better way to find a job anyways because you're going directly to people in the company and making connections with them and kind of getting on their radar. And a lot of people might think, oh, you're in a non-compete and you want to like, yeah, here's what you can do until this, year comes up. And then that probably puts you in the back of their mind too for positions. Like, it really can open a lot of doors if you can open yourself up and start like reaching out to people. Because I think a lot of people have issues with just reaching out and like introducing themselves. Like, so for this person, I would go to something like the World of Concrete has freaking
Yeah.
classes for all of that stuff, and it would have all the resources you can need there and all the
Hmm.
connections for the concrete tilt-up panel stuff. But find things like trade shows that you can literally just go around and talk to like everybody you can, because there's people in all parts of your industry that go to those trade shows. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would say that is probably be a good place to go. So
Yeah.
awesome. We got those hammered down, I think. Got a little off topic a couple times. It's all right.
So we're good at that.
Yeah. Speaking of doing random things, I was going to mention this before, but it almost feels like right now I need to, and this is a problem, okay? This is a problem with America. Seriously. It almost feels like I need to start a freaking book Instagram.
Yeah.
And I really just want it to be enjoyable to read. And it's like a nagging freaking thought to me to be like starting out something just because I'm doing it. And that's like what our culture has come to. Like everything's got to be a damn job. And
We have to monetize all our hobbies.
everything has to be monetized. And part of me thinks it could be really good because there's a lot of people doing them right now.
Hmm.
But I also am like, that's just another thing to do, another thing
Hmm.
to edit videos on. But find things you enjoy and don't try to monetize everything. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave you with that.
That's why I had an Instagram page for fishing and deleted it.
Yeah,
I was like, no.
yeah. I don't want to make it a job. So, well,
Yeah, you should read us bedtime stories, Jaden.
dude, it'd be good. We could do some freaking crazy good book stuff.
Yeah.
I could do some. I have lots of ideas, and that's the problem. Is that the ideas need to be focused elsewhere, not on freaking books. Okay, I don't need to do a dang book social media, even if even if there's lots of potential. I don't need to
You
do
could
that.
you could be the one dude that can finish concrete that can read. It'd be fun.
I know, right? I
Like,
know, I know. You can, even if you finish college, you can finish concrete. You can
exactly.
still finish concrete. We're always like, yeah, if you don't finish high school, you can still finish concrete. Yeah, well, you can do
Hmm.
both. I do both. Well, Jesse, that's a wrap on that. If keep a lookout for the questions that when we push out the questions, we didn't get too many this time. We also didn't really do it. I didn't even do it. Jesse's a team player and he carried the team here, so he put out the
Got to
question deal.
Thursday and was like, we haven't asked for questions. I better say something.
Jesse's on top of it. I was not. But we do ask for them, and I did reshare his. And we'll be back next week with a topic episode, or 2 weeks with a topic episode. And Jesse, appreciate you.
Okay. Yeah. Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate everybody listening. And
Yep.
like I've said before, is Jaden puts a lot of time and effort into this. So if you got anything out of it, please like and subscribe or share it with someone because his effort definitely deserves to be rewarded. He's been working on this a long time.
Appreciate you.
Cool.
See you guys next time.